What's up, y'all? It's BWADE. You will notice a bit of a different background. We're up out of town with the wife for the weekend, so we are up in St. Augustine. So I'm just going to be doing this WNBA video tonight, and the rest of my picks I'm just going to be giving to VIP. I just don't have the time to make videos for everything. So I'm going to give you my 4 favorite WNBA plays for Saturday. We're going to walk through the data, the analysis for that, and I'm going to explain to you why I like these picks, why I'm putting my money on them, and ultimately you guys can decide if you want to tail or not. Always bet responsibly. This is always gambling. These are just the picks that I like. Looking at how we did today, Friday, so I only gave out 2 WNBA picks for today, and we hit one, we missed one. Marina Mabry absolutely made me look stupid for trying to fade her. We went under 3.5 assists. She had 6 dimes. And then Nafisa Collier had, I think, like 33 points, and we went over 24.5, so that was good. But we missed that slip. I'm going to give you my 4 favorite in this video. VIP, it looks like today's going to be a rough day, and I always want to be honest with you guys. I'm not here to try and like scam anyone. Over time, we're profitable, we make money, but days like this happen, and right now it's looking like one of those days. So I'm also, I give away an autographed jersey every month. This month it's an autographed Anthony Edwards jersey. That raffle's happening soon. It's coming up in a couple days. All you have to do to be entered is subscribe to this channel, like this video, drop a comment. That's it. You'll be entered to win that jersey at the end of the month. So make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. I'm going to start getting into these picks. So I'm starting out with Kelsey Mitchell over 15.5 points, and there's 2 pieces to this, right? Scoring wise, I love her in general over 15.5 points. She is going up against the Liberty, so that is the only, like, that's the flip side of the coin. I always want to tell you guys both sides. Liberty just in general have been really good over the last couple of years. But Kelsey Mitchell has also been really good. You look last year, and I mean, she went over 15.5 points in 76% of her games. When we look over the last 19 games in general, dating all the way back to the middle of August last year, she has only missed this twice. Neither of those games were against the Liberty. She's been consistently going over this. In her last 19 games, she's averaging 22 points a game, right? This year, she's gone over this twice. She just hooked in the first game of the season, but that was also a game where they won by, I don't know, 35 points. So it was just an absolute blowout. They didn't need much from her. Otherwise, she's gone over this in both the other games. And when we look head to head, she's gone over this in 2 out of the 4 matchups against them. Now, this one early in the year, Indiana got blown out. She didn't do much. But you see the last 3 games of the year, she went over, and then she just missed with 14. I feel pretty confident that in the form she's playing in over the last, 20 games, I see her going over this. 15.5 is it's a solid line for her. So when we look again over the last 19 games, she's averaging 22. I like this 15.5 point line. I'm taking it. I'm pairing her up with Natasha Cloud over 14.5 points. So when we look at her this year, she dropped 22 and 18 in her only 2 games this year. When we look at last year, she did not go over this a lot, right? But when we look head to head against Indiana, she hit this in both games against Indiana last year. So even though she only went over this number in 11 out of 40 games, she went over it in 2 out of 2 games against Indiana last year. And now she's playing better this year, averaging 20 points a game in the first 2. And she's going up against Indiana again, a team that she thrives against. I like Natasha Cloud to clear this 14.5 point line. I'm locking this one in. You'll see that slip on the screen here. We're getting 3.1x for this on Underdog. Underdog has one of the best NBA promos going on right now, guys. I use Underdog all the time anyway. They have a ton of props. They have tons of promos they give out. But right now, this NBA playoff promo called the Extender is giving us 40% profit boosts up to 100% profit boosts on every single NBA playoff game. Y'all need to take advantage of it. When you sign up using code BWADE, they're going to double that first deposit up to $1,000. And you're going to get all these profit boosts. So take advantage of that stuff. And then if you do, take a screenshot, send it to me on Instagram. I'll hook you up with a free week of VIP. You guys can tail all of our picks, all these DFS picks that I'm not going to have time to make videos for tonight. They're all going to VIP along with another 5 to 8 game picks for every day. So tap in, sign up on Underdog, use code BWADE, and then send me a screenshot. Also, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment so you're entered to win that signed Anthony Edwards jersey. I am excited to give this one out. I would say this is like one of the better jerseys, but I've already given out a few signed SGA, signed Paolo Banchero. Like, this is just what we do every month, and it's my way to say thank you to y'all. So make sure you're entered to win that at the end of the month. Let's get into these next two. I'm taking Sabrina Ionescu over 2.5 3-pointers made. And look, I basically went on the same theory with BWADE a couple days ago, and she cashed easily. And look, Ionescu's only hit 2 3-pointers in her first 2 games. The first game of the season, she went 0 for 5, and then the second game, she went 2 for 5. She is the best 3-point shooter in the WNBA. When you look at how she did last year, she averaged 2.8 3-pointers made a game on 8.2 attempts. So that's 34% shooting. She's not doing that this year, and it's only a matter of time before it starts to click, right? She's going to get frustrated with not shooting the threes, with not hitting them. She's going to start firing them off, and I don't see her going more than 3 games into the season before she starts to rain some threes down. So I think she starts knocking them down this game. When we look at her against the Fever, she's averaging 3 3-pointers made per game. She's gone over twice, under twice, but you still look and she's averaging 9 attempts per game against them with 3 made per game. So I like this to be the game, the first game of the season where she gets over 2, and I am locking this one in, especially at that value. You're not going to be able to get over 2.5 for -114 on Ionescu later in the season. Pairing that up with Ryan Howard over 18.5 points. She's going up against Dallas. Probably their defense is terrible, but they also play at a super fast pace, which just means a ton of points in the games that they play in. I expect Atlanta to be able to score a lot in this game, and you see she went under against Dallas in their first game of the year. She only had 15 points. She only took 14 shots. She went 4 for 14, right? And she still almost hit this number, shooting 4 for 14. She went 12 for 26 in the next game. Oh, these are head-to-head matchups, I'm sorry. She went 12 for 26 in her next game against Dallas, dropping 33. So overall, in her 2 games against them last year, she averaged 24 points a game. Now, when we look this year, she missed it against Washington, then she went over with 20 and 24 in her last 2 games. And looking at last season, she only went over this in 34% of games, right? But this Dallas team gives up a ton of points. You can see how she did against them last year. And unless she goes like 4 for 14, I just don't see her going under this number this year, especially the way that she's scoring right now. She just dropped a 20-piece and a 24-piece on Indiana back-to-back games. I like her to show up in this one. And they give up the second most points in the WNBA to guards. So I think Ryan Howard eats in this one, and I'm taking her over 18.5. You'll see that slip on the screen. We're getting 3.3x for that on Sleeper. I love Sleeper, especially for WNBA. They have more props available for each player than probably any other app. They get the lines up early. It enables you to be really strategic about the way you put these entries together. Also give us a ton of promos along with a great sign-up bonus when you use code BWADE. They'll double that first deposit up to $100 and give you a free pick. Take advantage of these sign-up bonuses, guys. You can literally just pull money, like withdraw from another app, whatever, $100, put it on Sleeper with code BWADE. You just doubled it without taking any risk. And when you send me a screenshot, you're going to get a free week of VIP as well. So it's a win-win. Take advantage of these sign-up bonuses, these promos they're going to give you. And then make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment so you're entered to win that signed Anthony Edwards jersey, y'all. I appreciate you. Let's get some money this weekend.